Hi, my name is Michelle Kenway and welcome to Pelvic Exercises. Today I'm going to teach you how to do pelvic floor exercises for women. Now we're going to start with looking at where the pelvic floor muscles are and just how to find your pelvic floor, because you can't do the exercises without knowing where the pelvic floor muscles are. Now your pelvic floor muscles sling in your pelvis. At the base of your pelvis, this is the base of the pelvis, the outlet. And these muscles run from the pubic bone at the front to the tailbone at the back and across between those sit bones. So they're like a trampoline covering the outlet, like a hammock of support. So that you can see when you're upright, there's your support underneath. So this is why these muscles are so important for holding your insides in and for your control of your bladder and your bowel and your sexual function. So let's now talk about how to actually exercise these muscles. To keep them strong and supportive and controlled, they need regular daily exercise. When you start your pelvic floor exercises, the actual technique is to lift and squeeze inside. So you're lifting and squeezing the muscles inside, in and around the three pelvic openings. Your pelvic openings are your vagina, your urethra or the urine tube, and the anal area at the back. And you should sense a tightening, squeezing, and inwards lift of those three openings with a correct pelvic floor muscle contraction or correct pelvic floor exercise. It's not a push downwards. If you feel a bulging sensation downwards, it might be an indication that you're not doing the exercise correctly, in which case you'd seek some assistance from a women's health physio to teach you how to contract properly. So that's the exercise. As a test, you can try to stop the flow of urine. Perhaps next time you go to the bathroom, try to slow the flow or stop the flow as a test to see if your pelvic floor muscles are working. And you might do that on a weekly basis, once a week, to see if your pelvic floor muscles are getting stronger, if you can stop the flow a little bit better. You don't do that as a regular exercise. You don't want to interfere with the way that your bladder empties, and obviously you never do that if you're someone with emptying problems. So that's your technique. We know that you're lifting and squeezing, so the technique is to lift and squeeze inwards. So in and around the back passage, in and around the vagina, in and around the urethra, lifting up inside. Let's talk you through the actual exercise and how to practice it. When you start nice and tall. If you're lying down, keeping the inward curve in your back, and you're going to be exercising the muscles again, not against gravity, so without gravity, which will make those exercises easier. So lying on your side or perhaps lying on your back. Alright, so in your chosen position, what I want you to do is to think about lifting and squeezing inside. So let's start with the back passage at the vagina and the urethra, lifting up inside, lift strongly if you can, lift, keep lifting inside, keep lifting the muscles, keep squeezing inwards, lift. Now slowly relax them down, slow, and rest. Take a breath in and out, and allow your pelvic floor area to recover. That's very important when you're doing pelvic floor exercises, to lift the muscles and contract them, to lower them slowly, and to allow them to rest and recover. Now obviously you need to repeat those exercises a number of times in a row to get the full strength benefits. For some ladies it's going to be difficult to actually contract the pelvic floor muscles more than a couple of times in a row, and that's fine. That's the level that you start at. You're aiming to be able to contract your pelvic floor muscles 8 to 12 times in a row. How long to hold them for? Once again, when you start out, you might only be able to contract your pelvic floor muscles for a couple of seconds, and again, that's fine. As you train over time, your endurance and strength will build up, and you'll be able to hold the muscles for progressively longer, anywhere up to 8 to 10 seconds in a row. So let's just outline that again. We're doing long holds, aiming for long holds 8 to 10 seconds in a row, and we're aiming to do those repetitions up to 8 to 12 times in a row, having a rest, and repeating that 3 times a day. Ultimately, you're trying to do 20 to 30 of your long holds every day. And if you can be mindful of that, then you have the prescription for pelvic floor exercises. Now, to improve the control, improve your bladder and your bowel control, it's also useful to practice some short, quick, strong contractions so the pelvic floor muscles can work briskly when you need them to most as well. So this is a technique called the knack, and the exercise is to strongly lift the muscles for a couple of seconds and then lower them down. So we're going to try that now. Lifting strongly, inwards lift, pelvic floor muscles up, lift it for 1, 2, and relax down and rest, and repeat. Lift strongly, relax down and rest. Let's do a couple more. Lift strongly, relax down, and rest, and once more, lift strongly, relax down and rest. And you try to repeat that up to 10 times in a row to the level that you can comfortably achieve. Well, there you have it. We've talked about the recipe or the prescription for strengthening your pelvic floor muscles and how to do pelvic floor exercises. We've talked about finding the pelvic floor muscles in the pelvic floor, and then we've talked about doing your long holds every day, aiming for long, slow contraction, lifts and lowers, and repeating those 3 times throughout the day, 20 to 30 repetitions, followed by, if you can, a set of strong, brisk contractions of 10 lifts and lowers. So I really hope that helps you with your pelvic floor strength regime. For more information, please visit us at pelvic-exercises.com.au, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Bye for now.